Chest this time, lifting some weights. I'll probably try to go live, play some chess later, maybe Friday or sometime during the weekend. Back above 1200, which is fantastic. So I'm looking to get back to 1000 once I go live and torpedo. I think I was 12 and 9 before I came out here because I procrastinated lifting weights for a while. I was relaxing, eating some food, letting the caffeine completely wear off almost probably, but still pretty well caffeinated. Wanted to eat and relax. It's one of the tough things when you're teaching is like even today I was actively like taking breaks from walking around during classes and I still hit over 10,000 steps, which some might say is really good and fantastic, great for my health, but I'm trying to lift some big weights. I'm not trying to be a health nut. Also, try to conserve literal energy, because the other day, so yesterday, I was just feeling like I didn't sleep the best, or like I should say the most, because my sleep was fine, but the amount wasn't as much as what would be ideal. But the issue that I had was while I was training, I was just getting really tired, and it wasn't anything to do with like caffeine or nutrition or anything like that. And I was like, well, maybe it was asleep. And then I weighed myself the next morning, and instead of being 236, I was just under 233, like 232 and a half. And that's with clothes on, so I was even less. And the 236 was also with clothes on. So probably lost about 3 pounds just randomly, or at least was down 3 pounds. And that could be dehydration, that could be a variety of things. But that would, to me at least, provide a better explanation of why I felt so crappy in the middle of just a relatively normal week. Training's been going well this week. I just had like good. I still even lifted well yesterday. I just finished snatching, clean, jerking, and I was like, I don't even want to look at the bar anymore. And it's a weird feeling when I have that. And usually it's once I do like 6 exercises, then I'm like I'm done with the bar. But yesterday was just snatch, clean, jerk, which it went well. But the goal today, I'm gonna do some. So I haven't really set numbers that I want to do today. I appreciate. Hey, happy birthday! I was 16 once for a whole year. But I'm gonna do some no foot snatches, power clean, push press. Ideally, I would then do some front squats and back squats, and maybe some clean pulls slash clean deadlifts. I haven't set any numbers in my brain for what I want to hit, or at least I should say written on paper. Ideally, I would get to about 100 in the no foot snatch. The power clean push press is going to be limited by the push press. I would like to get up to 120 at least. Earlier this week, I did a push press double with 120, which was really good. I was really happy about it. I feel like I've doubled more in the push press before, and I feel like it's only a couple kilos more. So that's definitely like right around like best ever, as far as like a push press double. And then front squat, back squat, there's not, specific numbers that I'm really, have to get to, want to get to today for sure. But front squat, probably about 170 kilos. And back squat, that will really have to be by feel, with how the front squats feel, how my legs feel in general, how this quad tendon and what is feeling. I'm scrolling through. Well, it's not my birthday there, but I don't know. Hey, what's up? So about ready to start training. I've been thank you, Tyler. But I'm gonna start doing some no foot snatches. Like I said, the goal is I would say at least 100. We'll have to see. Yesterday I was doing regular snatches, got up to 110, and I didn't have any misses or anything yesterday, but they all just felt really bizarre. It was a weird snatch day, kind of just a weird day as lifting in general. But what's up, Justin? But we're gonna start warming up. I've been warming up a little bit. I actually don't feel too bad. The big thing will be the quad tendon if that's starting to be achy or whatever from Ohio. But time to start warming up the bar. quad doesn't feel too bad or anything, so should be all right to start doing some stuff. I know it's too much. I need to get the PVC pipe out here, maybe a broomstick. Start working on that. Uh, was that a little pee? No, I don't mean. I'm getting trolled. I don't know, but time to do some. All right, my guy. My bag out the way. Coach Woo PVC pipe. Hands on bars, feet under bar. Feet on bar, hands under the bar. So here's the key, guys. You put the hand on the bar, then you put your feet under the bar. I haven't seen Coach Woo in a hot minute. That's one fear I have with ever coaching is looking that stupid, but I feel like you have to try to be that dumb. I feel like I could just walk up to someone and tell them just like wide grip, just throw it above your head, and I'd be a better coach than that. But it says more about her than anything I would do. That's for sure. So just some no foots. Smoked 40 kilos, no problem. Easy peasy. Next time the man's amount. Oh yeah, heels over toe. I feel like he still posts, but he got weird for a little bit, and I think I unfollowed him for a little while. Some of the meme pages are pretty good, but there's a couple of them that got. If they get anything like near politics, I'm like, it's weightlifting. Like, get out of here. It's like there's politics in weightlifting about weightlifting, but like when it's outside, like Trump or whatever politics, like when it's that with weightlifting, it's like let's not do it. Hey, what's up, guys? Do I like Kamala? Like I said, it's weightlifting. It's not political. But if a meme page about weightlifting is talking about any candidate, then I'm checking out. Unless it's RFK. Then that's based, right? The poor RFK. I don't know much about him, but his voice sounds really rough. It's about as political as you're going to hear me get on this channel. RFK's voice. I think he does have some health issues related to it, but it does make me sad to listen to him talk because I know it probably doesn't feel good. All right, 50 now. Easy weights. Trying to arch my back like a 55-kilogram female. So that's as close as females I'll ever be able to get. Big Mike? How are you gonna get trolled and lift? I mean, I'm lifting 110 pounds. You can barely call it lifting. It's easy to lift when you're being trolled because I troll myself in life every day. basically Chinese. Ready to do a squat jerk and blow both my shoulders out. I think the real key to doing squat jerks is you don't warm up with them at all. You load your 1 rep max clean and jerk, just doing split jerks all the way up until you get to it, and then you just go for a squat jerk. You either get it or die. It's Conway. I don't know if Kanye West is running for president. He's got my vote. We're going straight down or up with him. Appreciate that, Welp. Although I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I don't know if I'm being trolled still. But we're going to go up to 60. Unless I break my foot throwing weights at myself. See, that's the kind of trolling I'm talking about. I'll be out here lifting to just drop weight on myself. Nobody trolls me better than myself. You guys should get me to 1 million subscribers so I can buy a new car and sell my Malibu. million sub special. I can afford a car earlier than my plan. I'm actually not really that T-Rex Armstrongs. I'm actually like my unironically, I know you're just saying random stuff, but being 5'11", my wingspan is actually the same as my height. So I actually don't have like freakishly long or short arms. I'm one of the most proportional people as far as measurements go for my like wingspan and stuff, and even like the size of my hands and stuff. It's great for most things, but you know, it'd be nice if I had those NBA 8-foot arms for basketball when I was younger. But alas, I don't. All right, 60. I think 60 is Welp's IQ, but he'll have to confirm that. Sometimes the waves bounce more on one side than the other. I think just the way that the platform is. Not actually an engineer. So it's 60 for 2. Everything feels good, which is nice. I thought I'd feel more sore and achy and depressed, but alas. Man's the Da Vinci Circle. I'm not relaxing. We're blasting past. Don't let the troll search him. Hey, Welp, you have a good night. I appreciate you stopping by. King Jumpy. What a name. Are you jumpy because you jump high or because you're scared of everything? That's the real question. I think I'll just do one double here, and obviously keep moving up, but just do singles. It'd be really nice if I got to 110 again, but They don't have to feel like all the reps will have to feel really good for me to want to push to that. Felt really good. I don't really know why. When you have this feeling, the best is not to question it and just continue to maximum. It's like a crispy chicken without cheese. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Oh. All right, we'll do 80 for a single. Go up to 90. Pascal really gonna come out here and call me a crispy chicken and not explain. That's the kind of toxicity the internet was built for. Oh, all right, time to do 90 kg. Not bad. Definitely gonna do 100 now. Definitely one hundo. Appreciate it, Zaya. Or Zia. A spider down there. Probably terrified that I've come into his home and start dropping stuff. I like to kind of leave them be out here because they'll eat flies and whatnot, of course. But lightweight, buddy. Yeah. But the spiders and stuff will eat whatever bugs are out here, which is ideal because I'm usually the bug's favorite food because I'm sweet, I guess. But that are in full of meaty flesh. All right, so this is 100. Last one was 90. So best case scenarios feels really good. I go up to 110. If it feels a little weird, or if it doesn't feel great, I'm fine stopping here. This is where I thought I'd probably be able to get anyway. Plus, I want to actually do squats and stuff, so I don't want to go bonkers on this necessarily. It's pretty smooth. Normally I jump to 105, but we're going to take the big jump to 110 today. That was really easy. I'm going to load it with a clip though, so it doesn't slide like it did. I think it mostly slid after I dropped it, but best to play it safe. It'd be good if this is a consistent weight that I'm able to get up to for no foots. Hola, Martin from Peru. I think you speak Spanish. If I think people speak Spanish in Peru, but I don't know that. Well, I actually have blonde hair. I don't actually have red hair. So thankfully, I don't have that burden. I do have some red in my hair though, or my beard, I should say. But I also have black hairs and brown hair. I have every color hair, even some gray hairs, because I'm about 98 years old apparently. All right, 110. 110, and this will definitely be the top one. And then we'll do some power clean and push press. Anabolic burp. That's for you, whelp. I thought about dropping it, but I thought, what would whelp do? And that's really what is going through my mind, probably for the rest of my life. I'm like Shaq 7'2" in America. You know what's ironic? I think most countries. Um, hey, good to get. Good, if I could talk, it's good to see you again, Reed. I got Welp in here. He's apparently a 7'2" in American, so probably not an American if he's saying that. Although I think a lot of people in other countries use like the 7'2", like they use feet and inches for height because it's a, I don't know, pretty common thing. I guess other countries probably use meters and stuff or centimeters a lot, but I've heard non-Americans use feet and inches for height, not for anything else, but American units are the best. Teaching's been really good. So the way, and I actually can talk for a minute here because I finished no foot snatches, so I got up to 110, which was really good. And it actually felt really nice, which I'm really happy with. But as far as teaching goes, tomorrow is going to be day D. So it's the last day of the 8-day rotation where I have a single class. And then the first 4 days next week, I'll have double classes. So this week has been really nice with that because it's just a bit easier to have, less students. Centimeters. But it's really nice to have less students. It makes obviously class management and stuff easier. When we do have double classes, I do have the mother phys ed teacher that's in there co-teaching with me, but it just makes planning and equipment and all of that easier. But I really like this school that I'm at. It's a much better situation. I feel like even though it's a weird feeling because I get bored during the day, but it's not like a negative boredom. It's because I will teach 7 to 8 classes a day, depending on which day of the week. Most of them are 8. Most of the rotation are 8, but there are some there's like 1 or 2 days that are 7, and what you may call it. So those days, the 7 days are a little bit easier. But for the other days, I'm doing the same lesson the whole day basically, and it's nice because I have all second, all first, all kindergarten, and so I scale it down from what second grade can do to what kindergarten can do. So it's a nice, I guess, linear regression because obviously you want it to be easier for them. So it is easier in that sense, but to do like 3 lessons in a row with like say first grade over and over and over, I get bored. The kids are having fun, thankfully. And like I'll see them in the hall and they will tell me that they had fun in the class, which is always like the most heartwarming thing that kids will do. It's like in the hall, they're like, I had fun today. I'm like, it to me, it's the most touching thing a kid can tell you because at least they had that particular kid had fun. Maybe no one else did, but they usually have you can usually tell. What's funny though is the kindergartners at the end of the day they just get tired. They don't have quite the stamina to make it through the full day of school yet, so they're just like getting tired. And we were doing scarves today, so not like a crazy physically intensive thing, but when you're 6 years old or whatever, tossing scarves, I suppose you can get wore out from that. But it was pretty funny because they're like getting exhausted. I'm like, I've done this lesson 6 times already. Like you guys can do it, and I'm old, and they're just convinced that they're old as well, which is always hilarious when you have a 6-year-old saying my back hurts or something like they're a 85-year-old person. But oh yeah, sorry, Reed. I got Welp in here. He's yapping, straight yapping away. But teaching's been great. So um, it's just been really nice. So I think probably obviously the single worst thing that I have now is a commute, which is three three times longer. It goes from 8 minutes to 24. But just the situation that I'm at is better. So like I currently love the position that I have in the building that I'm at, and the people I work with. So it's been really nice in that regard. Really like good environment, and it's kind of nice to go in without any sort of notion of how the district was or how it is because I think they had their own controversies in years past, but I went in with a fresh slate and compared to what I experienced before, it's definitely better in that regard. And with the size of the district, if I ever like, all right, K to 2, I've done it for X amount of years. Now I want to move up to do something else or move to a different building or something. There's a lot of opportunities, even in physical education, to move within this district, which is really nice. In my previous one, you know, it was really small, so I could only have potentially move to the other elementary or to the middle school or to the high school. In this one, there's a multitude of K to 2, 3 to 6, which they might realign in a bunch of years. Um, and what you would call it, middle schools and high schools. There's 2 high schools in the district, which is one of the reasons it's just massive. Thoughts of I mean Nickelback's fine. I grew up with Nickelback. I like Nickelback because it's become a meme, but I also don't mind it being, I don't really have an issue with Nickelback, especially compared to, it's like just generic rock music or whatever, but you got nothing bad about that. But Reed, how is your, um, yeah, grad school's been going really well too. So it's weird. I have 2 classes this fall, and it's with the same professor. And he actually sent me an email. It's like it's just you and me, this professor, or I mean, this fall, or I guess they call it every fall, spring, summer semesters. But for this fall semester, it's like just you and me. And there's obviously other people in the class and whatnot. But I like the professor. I like the way that his class is structured. I had one class this summer, which I've actually enjoyed the classes. Like the content's been nice with it, but the one of the classes I had in the summer, the online stuff wasn't structured that logically, so it was kind of hard to navigate and to like see your grades. Not like the teacher was bad about giving grades or like it wasn't like, anything wrong with the class, but if I wanted to see my grade, it was just kind of weird to get to. And I realized that was just how that teacher set up the class because this guy has everything lined up. So I can click like module 2 and I can see all the due dates and it's all in a linear order and I can see when things are due. I could work ahead if I wanted to, but it's all very much laid out because it's supposed to be asynchronous, so you're supposed to be able to do it when you want. But it's very logically laid out and it's very easy to navigate. Because he does both of the classes, sometimes I forget which class I'm in. Obviously, once I look at the content, but I'll like click through. I'm like, which is because he has them set up exactly the same as far as like module 1, module 2, or week 1, week 2, however it's set up. But the one is professional issues in physical education. The other one is or it's I forget exactly how it's worded, but it's like monitoring, I guess, is a good way to describe it. I forget the exact term for it, but essentially, like if I was going to watch a teacher and assess them, so it's like monitoring or something like that. So it's just learning about how to assess another physical education teacher when you are, watching them teach or whatever. Kind of like if you are, well, I mean, like, you said you're a professor, kind of like when you're getting into teaching and you're a student teacher and you work with a cooperating teacher, it's kind of like learning how to be that cooperating teacher for a student teacher. But potentially for a student teacher, I guess, but also for just like general, if I was like an admin or something like that. So it's interesting in that because then you just are watching stuff. I assume it's going to get more intensive as we go, but it's been really nice. I haven't missed a point yet in the fall, so that's also really nice. I've gotten all A's or whatever for the classes, but I think that's just because I just do the work and put forth effort, which is nice, nice. But how's your? I know you were doing. I think you said you're an adjunct professor. So how is that going, Reed? And while I wait for that response, I'm going to unload this bar at least down to 70, so I can start doing some power clean and push press. Other things that's nice with this school is I don't have any duties before and after school. Technically, I still go out in the after and help with duties for buses, but I don't have anything technical that I have to do. Um, yeah, I would imagine with clinicals, you kind of have to be like, it's like working a second job if you're. I don't know if it's similar to education, where if you're a clinical person, you have to go into like observe people do their job or whatever. I know that when I was in clinicals for teaching in college, they weren't there every day, but like part of the thing is that they would come in to watch you teach or whatever and assess you with that. I assume with medical stuff, it's probably a lot more monitoring, a lot more intensive than with education, because it's a lot more. I would say there's a lot more that can go wrong that's really like pertinent in that particular moment than like if I teach a bad lesson, there's not going to be like a medical issue. Probably, I should say. There's definitely you definitely could do things kind of crazy, but yeah, that's the hard thing is when life gets busy to continue to train, and that's what's nice to have a setup at the house. I think you have that as well, and it's just nice to have that. So even if everything goes awry, you can still go out and do presses or pulls or something, and at least get that feeling of at least exercise for the sake of like doing exercise, because I think that's often lost on a lot of us that do weightlifting is that we just kind of go out and we have to do a certain thing every day, and then it's not good if you have to change. But it's like when it gets down to it, to the nuts and bolts, like it's still good to just exercise. So it's nice to have that. If I can't get to the gym or whatever, I don't want to drive there, or just whatever, then I can still come out here and I could press or row or do whatever. But it kind of is nice to have that backdrop to work from. They repair with the nurse and then evaluate them, assist. And honestly, like that stuff, it's not something where you're gonna like look back and be like, that was the difference between me getting to this number or X number. But it's one of those things that most people don't do. They won't go out and work on the. That's when you have a home gym. Like, I'm not gonna drive 30 minutes to go to the gym to squat 60 kilos or do bar work. Like that's just not an economical way to spend my time. But if I do have a shutout here and I can walk out 10 feet and stretch and use the bar, 60 kilo, like you said, 60 kilo squats, or it becomes, that kind of stuff adds up. And that's where I think the biggest benefit of the home gym comes in. It's not for the big sessions, because I don't mind doing big sessions out here, but the little sessions, the small ones, the quick ones, the ones that you don't want to go to the gym for, that, normal people might just say, I'm not going to drive 30 minutes to go do a 20-minute workout. But if you got, 5, 10 feet to walk, you come out and do, whatever exercise for a little bit. And that stuff adds up, even if it's not even strength, the mobility maintenance it's a big thing, especially, I don't know how old you are particularly, but as we both age, the mobility is usually the first thing that goes versus the strength, the mobility and the speed. And, just trying to maintain that, even just for general health purposes, like going out and just moving and just being in a full range of motion. I think it's just generally good for people to do. But Yeah, you should do some SOTS presses when you go out and just do the bar work if you really want to hate yourself. Those are, I haven't done it in like a week or two, but I was working at them for a little bit and they are absolutely just, it's a brutal mobility exercise. And it's one, I can't say it's fun, but it definitely stretches my shoulders out. I think it's one of the things that helped my shoulder kind of like get over the hump of just being tight. Like it actually like, I don't want to say finally loosened up, but it was like another thing that like opened it up a little bit. But they are impossible for me to do. Yeah, and I mean, if you could do them with flats and whatnot, like I feel like you probably have more mobile shoulders than I do. It's one of my weird weaknesses is like my front rack mobility isn't terrible. Like I don't have issues getting, doing front squats and any of that, but I just don't have that super full grip. And as I've gotten, to now my weight like 107 or whatever, like I know that's probably not going to be a thing that I ever really have. Like, I'm not going to have a full grip on a clean typically, or like hold a hook grip on a lift just because I have too much upper body mass. But even when I was like what 90 kilos in college or a little bit more than that when I was starting to just do powerlifting and started to do front squats. I couldn't do a front. That was the only thing when I started lifting that I mobility wise couldn't do. With weightlifting, like I could do an overhead squat. The first time I tried to do one, I could do an overhead squat, but a front squat, I actually had to take. Took me a while to get the front rack mobility to actually do it, which is kind of hilarious because like all my lower body is super flexible and it's just like the front rack. Like I can get the bar really far behind my head in the snatch and like all of that, but just that upward motion could be from tight lats and stuff like that. But thankfully, I've opened that up and it opened pretty quickly once I did it, and it's the only mobility thing I didn't have naturally when I started hitting weights. But yeah, I should do some sauce, but it's one of those things that it's kind of like I don't know. It's like eating your vegetables, but if your vegetables hurt to do. Uh-oh. Shannon Sharp did something. Reed, I don't know if you're watching the football game. My friend just messaged me saying that Shannon Sharp, look what Shannon Sharp did. I don't know what he did. Oh, it's terrible. No, I'm too curious. But, oh yeah, definitely get done. Hey, no problem, Reed. And if you ever message me on Instagram and stuff, you can always, send stuff on there, not just, during the live streams, because I do these very haphazardly and very randomly. So feel free to always, I believe we follow each other on there. So I know there's a couple people that we send each other lists and stuff. But I hope have fun doing your grad work or your adjunct work, whatever it is. But yeah, that doesn't sound very fun. Have fun with that though. But have a good night, Reed. Appreciate you stopping by. It's time for a push press now, though. Big push press. We're gonna try to strap up, which I just got done talking about my front rack mobility. This is something that's challenging for it, but it also works on pushing your elbows under. And for power cleans, it's not really that risky to do. I would never do this with full cleans, heavy, really with any weight, just because it's so painful and just so dangerous. Especially with like someone built like me with longer relatively like proportional arms, but like if I get punched down, like my elbows are gonna hit my legs pretty easily. So that's not ideal when you can't get out of it. Yeah. Front rack felt pretty good. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good today, which is nice. I'm not in like max out form, but weights are feeling good. Mobility feels good, which is the key to lifting. But I have six chads here. We're gonna go up to 100. This feels good. I'll do 120, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Appreciate you stopping by, Vid. Not too bad. I think I'm gonna take a big jump up to 25 and take a crack at that, but we're not gonna strap up for it. Kevin, you don't have to worry. I'm a teacher, so I know these things. At least the most common ones. Oh, I teach K to second grade, and I think I had a first grader do it the other week. The funny part is when the kids are that young, like they can make that joke, but they don't understand it for one, and the kid they're telling it to doesn't understand it either. Oh, I'm sure if I was at my old job with the fifth and sixth graders, they would be doing that. That is for sure. That's definitely middle school humor, but I can dig it. I can dig the effort. It's a good try. Okay. So we're gonna take the big jump to 125. And we're just gonna grip it, wrist it, and see what happens. This would be a jump I'd normally take for clean and jerks, like I did this yesterday to do a jerk, but push press is a little bit more difficult. Is 125 possible? I don't know. I did 120 for a double earlier this week, but that's not really relevant when I'm doing more weight later in the week. Power clean, I'm pretty confident with. The belt will help. And I just have to be really aggressive and confident when I'm driving it up. Done it before, so, I mean, just not lately. That's the thing with weightlifting. It's what have you done lately is being the most relevant. Because if you always went off lifetime PRs, most people would just be super depressed. What's up, Mr. Man? Well, martial arts, you gotta make that joke in reverse. Come on, dude. I've been weightlifting for years. You don't think I've had someone you flubbed the joke? You messed it up. Oh, that's disappointing, man. At least Vid up there had some good execution on his humor, but that flip it, reverse it, then repeat your joke. Oh, brother. All right. So we did 70, 100, 125. All right. Oh, no chance. Oh, no shot. This is too heavy for today. I probably had something like 115. I definitely overshot it, but I'm also not trying to do a bunch of push presses today either. Oh, it's unfortunate. Clean, I kind of knew. Oh. Alright, where's... Oh, poor guy. Don't be bringing politics in here. I'm not Russian. Get out of here with that shenanigans. Alright, front squat time. Pretty productive session so far. I mean, hitting that push press would have been really nice, but certainly it's too much for the day. We need this. Oh, it's caught on there. A little bit on my knee sleeves. No, I never train with kettlebells. I'm not against it, I just don't ever do it. Never owned a kettlebell. We're gonna get knee sleeves on. Oop. Man, I can't see anything. I'm blind. I don't know. That's a very vague statement there, buddy. Oh, what's that? Oh, the weather tomorrow. The weather tomorrow. I forget my phone will tell me that by default. I haven't turned that off. But no, Mr. Martial Arts, I don't ever train with kettlebells. There we go. Yeah. Oh, I just need to get these on, or at least pull them up so they're kind of on. I'm gonna keep my knee wraps on. Go over here and do that. So I'm not slipping off. And goose, I like having a liver. Another reason to not like geese. You got clowns like you. A name like that, I could just send you to Springfield, Ohio. It's a weird thing to say. You're probably too fat to lift. I can't lift that much weight, unfortunately. I would need to follow Goose's advice if I was going to lift someone your size. That's for sure. Absolute goober. What? What a stupid thing to say. So you're just admitting to being fat. Oh, I'm not fat. I just had all my fat put in my butt. Oh, that's even better. Oh gosh. Now that's the level of trolling I like to see. That's just hilarious. Oh, that's straight comedy. Yeah, I know. You had if you're not just a robot, not just a random person sitting some random dude sitting at his computer, BBL, that's just Oh, that's hilarious. I like that. I appreciate that. That gave me a good chuckle. Is that like if you're actually I mean like whoever you are, I assume your name is probably like, Tony or something. So Tony, why would you think that's something that guys would want? It's a little weird. You gotta figure out that stuff more. Your body is not very good, frankly. That's just gross. That's just gross. Oh, that was a good laugh, though. I appreciate that. That was some grade A humor. Yeah. Probably take big jumps today. It's pretty late. I think I'm going to try to go 70, 120, 50. I said 170. 70, 120, 50, 170. And then maybe lighter, something with back squats. We'll see. But I need to be expeditious so I can eat. Not all of us can afford BBLs. Oh, what a goober. Greasing the groove. So 120 now. We're going to kind of sprint through these. We'll throw the belt on too. We're going to cheat as much as we can. A little unbalanced in that one. It's not the best. But it's also one of those tricky things, like when you jump up to 70 from 120, like it's obviously gonna feel heavier, but chances of a misgroove are higher. All right. Not too bad for that big of a jump, too. Actually, want to watch that clip again. Bella, a man? Okay, buddy. We're gonna do 180. All right. Ain't no time like the present. Ah, not ready for that jump yet. Unfortunate. Ah, didn't feel too bad coming off the rack, but definitely not ready for that 30 kilos from there. It's unfortunate, but oh, that stinks. We definitely had 170 in the bag, but wanted to take the crazier jump, which, you know, it is what it is. But definitely want to do, 170 the next time I would do a jump like that, and then take something up. But I appreciate it, Sarah. But unfortunately, this didn't try. Well, I think if I did 170 before that, might have had a chance, but I just don't think it was in the cards today. But when I take it out of the rack, that's always like the first indicator if it's possible or not, and it definitely didn't feel impossible, but obviously felt heavy, which, it's going to feel heavy, but contemplating whether to do basketballs or not. Let's see what time it is. It's 9:12, so Trying to swipe my finger to make it go up. Oh, what did I do yesterday? I didn't do any squatting, so now with a session like what I've done now, I might be able to lift hard tomorrow. So I think what I'm gonna do is cut this session here and potentially save some stuff for tomorrow. Save, aka, don't do back squats and pulls today, and try to lift normal tomorrow. Because snatching felt really good. Even like the pull and the clean felt really good. It didn't have like quite the pop on the legs that I would need, and maybe do heavier work tomorrow. We kind of have to play that by feel. Because Fridays, I don't know if I want to go to the gym or not. It's one of those. It's not really every day's optional for me, but I'm not really sure if I want to actually go or not. And if I do go, then I won't be doing block stuff most likely, and that's kind of the other thing I might do. But I feel like doing the blocks once a week is sufficient. I don't. I was originally thinking like I'll do blocks on Mondays and Fridays, and I think high blocks on Mondays are fine. I don't think I need to be overdoing it and doing too much of that. And I also don't need to hold the Saturday to being the day where I do my heaviest stuff. So tomorrow could be that day, but we'll see. See if I want to go to the gym or not, or if my friend's going to go or not. And then that might determine whether I go there or lift at the house. Either way, probably not sure if I'll do back squats tomorrow. We'll see. I think I've convinced myself to go to the gym, but if I do, I'll have to think about what I want to do. So I'll probably think about going again Saturday, but I don't know. Maybe I'll bring all my stuff to work tomorrow and then kind of decide as the day goes how good I feel prior to that and make that decision and look at traffic. Yes, sometimes it's like an hour. And if it's something like that, that might make me not want to go to do that. But we'll see. But honestly, I was happy I had the confidence to even try that because I've done it a couple times in the last, I think, twice, 2 or 3 times. In the last couple weeks, I think 3 times now. So the frequency of the 180s singles are starting to get there, and I doubled 170 a couple weeks ago. So like the legs are trending in the right direction, and there's going to be ebbs and flows in these different days. So it's not altogether surprising when things don't go, I guess, as perfect as they could. But just have to be a little smarter with the jumps. I think that's really what it is. Like 150 to 170, and then see if there's anything more in the tank there, or maybe like go 155 to 175, and then see how that feels. Take something in between those two, but not altogether too disappointing. I still got the 150. I didn't get hurt, and that's always a good thing. And yeah, so I think that's going to be it for this live stream. I appreciate if anyone stopped by, even if it was to leave weird comments like Welp did, but he can't help it with his room temperature IQ, so it is what it is with that. But I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. If you stop by at any point, I appreciate it. Thanks for the chats and whatnot. Have a good night, guys.